Hello again and welcome to a quick video on how to change your fuel filter in the 3.0 V6 CRD Commander. This is part of your service schedule, and it's not really that hard to do. I service my Commander myself now, as it's old enough to be a reasonable thing to do, rather than take it to a dealership and pay 5 times as much. This is the new fuel filter that I ordered from Germany. It was something like £35 delivered, so it was still quite cheap. Let's begin. The first thing you need to do is remove your engine cover by removing the 2 bolts from the top and the foam pads that sit on top of the engine. After that, undo the 2 Jubilee clips at the turbo and airbox, and loosen the bolt that secures the air pipe to the engine block. Then, remove your air intake pipe and put it to one side. You can now access your fuel filter. It should be obvious, but make sure that the engine is not running. Then, unclip the connector for the sensor on the top of the fuel filter. You just push the clip in on the side and then pull it out. Then, undo both of these clips and wiggle the pipes off the flared connectors. The clips that Jeep fit to these are a pain in the ass. The best way I found is to use a pair of needle nose pliers and pinch the clip together so it releases. When you refit these, you might consider using Jubilee clips. There are also 3 larger bolts that hold the fuel filter in place. Remove these and keep them safe. Once you've done this, you can lift the fuel filter out of its recess. Next, slide this bracket off the bottom of the fuel filter, and remove these 2 screws for the sensor unit. Now twist the sensor unit carefully. You can see here how it has 2 wings that hook under those 2 small screw hole brackets. You twist until they clear the little plates, and then pull the sensor unit out. It might be very tight, so take it easy. To prevent air from getting in the system, we need to transfer the diesel that was in the old filter into the new one. If you have fresh diesel in a can, you can just use that. If you don't have spare fuel, just carefully pour the diesel out of the old filter into the new one. Then it's time to refit the fuel sensor. Your new filter should have come with 2 seals. Replace these seals on the fuel sensor, and then insert it into the new filter. Twist the sensor so that it hooks back under the 2 metal tabs, then refit the 2 screws to secure it in place. Be careful when trying to get it under the metal tabs, it can be delicate. Refit this bracket which has the 3 holes in it and secures it to the engine. Tighten the main bolt on the side and remove the 2 blanking plugs on the inlet and outlet. They just pull off. Put the new filter in the recess within the engine, and refit the 3 bolts that secure it to the engine. Then, slide the 2 pipes back onto their respective inlet and outlet. Using needle nose pliers, reclip the steel clips. Like I said earlier, it's a pain in the ass. Consider removing them and fitting Jubilee clips. Now, plug the sensor back in and run the engine for 5 minutes. Check for leaks and poor running. If it runs fine and doesn't leak, then well done, your fuel filter is working great. Turn the engine off and refit the foam pads, air intake and engine cover. Sign your book and include the receipt with your vehicle. That is probably the most difficult thing to do when servicing the Jeep, and it's not that hard. Thank you for watching this video, I hope you found it useful. Please like and subscribe to see more videos as I post them.